Hi, and welcome to Alaskan in the Philippines. Today I thought I'd talk about a few things that you should know to function a little bit in Thai society, even as a tourist. There's just a few things like the greetings and stuff and customs a little bit that you should know because you're in an Asian country. It's strange land. People that speak a different language. So you got to try to kind of make it work and if you can learn, it's at least you should have to learn at least the greeting. If you're a man, it's Swati Cup, even if you don't say it right, which I'm probably not. It's at least shows them that you're kind of trying, and they'll be more inclined to try their English on you too. They'll want to, they'll feel like this guy's trying, I'll try to help him and struggle with English, trying to figure it out to start a conversation. But yeah. And they do the Y thing too. And it's kind of strange to us Westerners, but they do this. When you come into a hotel, there's a hotel woman there. For her, it's Swati Ka for the girls, and the men say Swati Cup. So when you come into a hotel or something, the hotel lady will probably look at you and Swati Cup. And it's probably be a polite idea to do it back, which I always do if they do. And I have found that if I ever initiated it and greeted someone like that, they almost always did it back, almost always. So it's just one of them things that you should probably, greet. Same when I was in the Philippines, I knew how to just say good morning, Mayang, Buntag, walking by. And they would always answer me in English. Good morning, sir. Good morning. They'd never answer in Filipino or Tagalog or Bisaya. They'd always answer in English. Good morning, sir. But it shows them that you're interested in their culture enough to try a word, and thank you, you should learn thank you here in Thailand. Cup kun cup. Some will just say cup. I've heard that before. Quick if it's no big deal, cup. But a lot of them will cup kun cup. Or Kap Kun Ma, that means thank you very much. I think that's according to what I learned. And those things you should know. And you don't really have to learn it all, but just any small words you can pick up, greetings and thank yous at least, I would say is the bare minimum that you should know when you try to go into another country. No matter what country it is, whether it's Thailand, Vietnam, or anywhere, you should learn a common phrase to say at least a greeting and a thank you. I try anyway, and sometimes it's hard to say, but you got to try. And yeah, for Thailand it's the same thing. There's a lot of foreigners around, and I'm sure English with the Thais, they struggle. Although they like to try to, when I'm bringing these couple of girls out we go look at the temples and I bring them to eat and stuff, they'll ask me, their friend will always ask me about a word or two every time we're out. Like, how do you say this one? And she'll point at a shrimp. And when I say shrimp, she'll be like, oh, okay. They're interested in learning it, and I can't speak nothing of Thai other than just hello and cup kun cup for thank you. And that's about it. Good morning. Good morning, Swati Dan Chow. Yeah, good morning in Thai here is Swati Dan Chow. That's good morning. I don't hear it much, but I said it a few times. I guess it was right. So that's good morning. That's another thing you should want to know. Also, you'll come to businesses and shops where you got to take your sandals off. In the Philippines, they call them slippers, but your sandals or flip-flops, you got to take them off. You don't wear them in a lot of businesses. 7-Elevens you do. You walk in. One good rule of thumb is if you walk up to the porch or to the entrance and there's a bunch of shoes out there or slippers and sandals right there at the door, that means you take your sandals off before you go in there. A lot of the massage shops and all that, I see that they all take off their shoes before they go in. Sometimes even before they go up on the steps, they'll have them at the bottom of the steps. So keep that in mind. You don't want to come clambering in with street mud on your shoes, and they might, that's not good. Always be mindful if there's slippers or sandals there at the door, you take yours off too. You'll find that at temples too. There'll be temples and it'll be concrete, and it'll be right there as far as you can go with your shoes. So you have to take off your slippers or your sandals or your shoes right there at the last point and walk from there on up concrete steps and everything. You have to be barefoot after that until you get back to that point. So them are things you should just watch out for. But other than that, the Thais are bend over backwards to try to help you, and I've never had any sneers or any smart ass comments or anything yet so far. So I've had a beggar once. I had a young girl or a lady. She looked like she was maybe a bit touched in the head, maybe mental health problems. I was actually standing there talking to a guy. He remembers he was here, or he was with me. We were standing there. A guy that recognized me when I was walking. And we were chatting. The lady came up and we both gave her 20 baht or something like that. She was on her way, but she looked like she had a little mental problem maybe. But that was the first beggar I had none since that. But yeah, but everybody's been great, and it's been just super good, friendly people going out of their way to try to speak English to you, even though they're having a tough time themselves. They'll still reach out and try, almost all of them. So it really helps. But anyway, if you could learn the hello, goodbyes, and thank yous, that's the least that you could do, I guess. If not, continue to learn would be the best thing to do. Every time when you learn, like me, I'm trying to pick up a word every week or so if I can. I'm a slow learner to memorize things like that, but when I do, I can stick it in my brain. So I'll try to learn it a word at a time. Maybe someday I'll work my way up to a phrase or something, but we'll see. I'm going to try a little bit, and I try to do it when a lot of these people, just as a start to show them that I'm willing to try. And that really makes them come out of their shell and more helpful when it comes to them speaking English to you, then I find anyway. But anyway, be good at the customs. They also say don't walk around with your shirt off. They don't like that, and I don't see Thais ever doing it. Philippines, it's real common. See a lot of men walking around without their shirts on, the Filipinos. But here in Thailand, I never see the men doing it. I see them going barefoot, a lot of them. Some guys working barefoot. They don't wear shoes, no slippers. So that's pretty different. But they're always wearing shirts and never unshirted. And I see a lot of the foreigners walking around with their shirts off, baking in the sun. And that's not good, I think. I don't know. I do it on the beach, but just when I get back into town, I put my shirt back on and walk to my room, and then I can take it off again. But I guess they say it's kind of disrespectful, or they don't like it. And I guess you got to kind of dress accordingly to where the customs are, so I don't do it myself. Well, anyway, those are just a few things I thought I could share. I really haven't been here long enough to understand. I'm sure a lot of you guys know way more about it than I do. But you start off with the basics and hopefully work yourself up to being able to understand them and help them understand you. And you do your best, since you're in a new country, to work towards them to figure it out. That always helps. Well, anyway, have a good evening. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.